umpisahan po natin, ito yung 1800 na. Yan nga po naganap October 26, 1824, 7.4 magnitude. Ito po, lahat po ito ng mga earthquake na ito ay radius within Metro Manila. Hindi ko pa po alam kung alin yung nag-epicenter mismo sa Metro Manila except for 2 events ng 1800. So, kasunod ng 1824 ay 1828, November 9, magnitude 6.6. Ang kasunod niya, 1830, January 18, ang magnitude niya, 6.3. Ang kasunod, 1833, November 7, magnitude 7. Kasunod, 1852, September 16, 7.6 magnitude. The date is so familiar with me. It seems like dito ito nangyari sa sa Quezon. Ito yata yung Banahaw area. Double check po natin yan ha. Napakalakas nitong earthquake na to. 1852. 16 of September. Okay? 1852, September 16. Baka pwede nyo po akong tulungan sa mga ibibigay kong dates na makapag-research ng mga information para mag-gather po natin lahat and mapagtagpi-tagpi at kasi sa detalye noong yung mga pari po kasi sa simbahan nagsisend po sila ng parang telegraph pa noong panahon giving details of what was damaged, yung mga ruptures, yung trend, yung mga So nasusundan ko po yun kung saan yung trajectory ng earthquake, kung alam ko yung mga detalye doon sa bawat area. Kukuha ko yung probable intensity doon sa area na yon. So matitrace back ko kung saan yung epicenter niya. Okay, so sana makatulong lahat, yung tulong-tulong tayo na makuha yung proper information para yung risk assessment mas detalyado, So doon po sa January 1830, January 18, 1830, 6.3. Ang kasunod po noon 1833, November 7, magnitude 7. Kasunod, 1852, September 16. Ito po yung napakalakas, 7.6 magnitude. Kasunod po niya is 1862, March 4, 6.1 magnitude. Then, on June 3, 1863, a 6.5 magnitude occurred. Ang epicenter niya ay nasa coastline ng Cavite City, in between Cavite City and Pasig River. Okay? Ito yung fault line na nakita ko kahapon, trending southeast northwest. Okay? Papuntang Bataan po. Yung splay niya papuntang Bataan. Yung pinaka main fault niya, yung pinagmulan niya nagmula sa East Zambales fault line. Hindi nilagay po nila ito sa West Valley Fault. Mali po 'yon. Hindi siya West Valley Fault. Makikita yung trend noong dahil yung reported damage nagmula siya sa Morong, Rizal. Okay? papuntang Metro Manila. Heavily damaged ang Metro Manila. Manila Cathedral ay giba, bumagsak yung roof niya. Maraming namatay doon sa church, kasama na yung diocese ng church nung time na yon. Okay, and then papuntang Malolos, papuntang nearby towns ng Bulacan, and papuntang Pampanga. Andyan yung pinaka-rupture. So, itong fault na to ay hindi po nangyari sa East Valley Fault or West Valley Fault, kundi ito yung fault line na trending ng east to west. Okay? So, I hope yan po yung start. Yan po yung start. And then the Armageddon-like event occurred. So, diyan ko po na, babasahin ko na po sa inyo yung information. Straight po ito from details. Yung epicenter po niya ay sa Metro Manila, and lahat ng earthquake, lahat ng fault line po nag-domino effect and nag-rupture po siya sunod-sunod. Yung June 3, 1863 is called the Great Earthquake that shook Manila. Connected po yung nangyaring earthquake noong 1863 sa 1880, at clustered po siya, tinawag po siya na the Great Earthquakes of Manila, the 1863 and 1880 Luzon earthquake. Nag-cluster po kasi yung lahat ng fault line nag-rupture po. Okay, so ito po yung chronology of events. Ipopost ko din po ito mamaya para po mabasa nyo mismo. Yung intensity po nito ay 10. So, ito yung pinaka worst of all na nangyari sa Metro Manila and neighboring provinces, Rizal, Laguna, Batangas, Bulacan, Pangasinan ay affected din, Quezon, what are the other areas? Zambales. So, ito po, babasahin ko po sa inyo. July 18, 1880, yan po yung grand finale noong Mala Armageddon na nangyari sa Metro Manila. Grand finale po yan. So mag-uumpisa po tayo doon sa umpisa mismo. Chronology of events. So yung initial na vibration. So the vibrations began during the months of April and May. So April and May pa lang po nagkaroon na ng mga manakanakang pagyayanig sa Metro Manila. So nag-start po pala siya yung mga pagyayanig, nag-umpisa sa northern provinces of Luzon. Yung center ng oscillation ay indicated sa direction ng Manila. So, I suspect na nag-umpisa itong mga earthquake somewhere along, again, sa may San Miguel, Gabaldon area, around that area. So, doon nag-umpisa and appears to coincide with a volcano, which has been long extinct. So may extinct na volcano na nag-erupt in 1880 na sumabay sa mga vibrations na ito na nangyari doon sa North Luzon. So, situated between Lepanto, so Kalinga, Apayao, and Abra provinces. So, sa Abra at saka sa Kalinga po nag-umpisa yung mga vibrations. Okay, sa Central Cordillera ng Luzon. And according to the Spanish Observatory of San Fernando, at first the movement were weak and little frequent. So, manaka-naka lang po siya. Weak, manaka-naka. Pero noong June, naging intense and extended from north to south over a very large zone. This direction never changed. So, hindi nagkaroon ng changes doon sa no? And the few discordances recorded appear to have been a result of hassle or want to care in the method of taking the observations, exactness being hardly attainable without special instruments to the purpose. So, hindi nila matukoy yung yung saan ba yung epicenter dahil walang apparatus. So, Taal volcano was observed to start showing increase in activity from the 8th of June. So basically, nauna yung nasa northern Luzon sa may somewhere in Gabaldon, San Manuel. Naunang nagkaroon doon ng vibrations April to May, and then by June, ano yung exact date? June 8, nag-umpisa ang activity ni Taal. Okay? And sometimes at night, the crater is covered with glare. Early in July, some vibrations were felt, but from the 5th to the 14th of July, none were recorded in Manila. So, quiet lang sa Manila nung between 5th and 14th ng July, or any point on the island. On the July 14 at 12:54 p.m., as a storm from the northeast of Luzon was threatening, as indicated by an ordinary fall of the barometer, the first shock occurred. So, yung first shock niya, yung foreshock niya, nangyari July 14, 12:53 p.m. Madaling araw. After this first tremor, there were two more shocks at the end of an hour and a half. So, bali, triple. Tatlo yung earthquake na nangyari. The foreshock, which is at 12:53 p.m. And then nagkaroon ng twin shocks kasunod noon at the end of an hour and a half. So basically within 1 hour and a half, tatlong earthquake yung nag-strike. On the 15th and 16th, no perceptible shock. Walang aftershock after mangyari yung July 14. So 15 and 16 ay walang shocks. And on the 17th, merong dalawang aftershocks. On July 18, Sunday, at 12:40 p.m., occurred the first great shock. Okay? Yung pinaka ito na yung pinaka grand finale niya yung July 18. So the first great shock occurred, described as one of oscillation, also a trepidation. So parang domino effect, no? Nag-o-oscillate siya, ibig sabihin yung paikot yung ano niya, yung shaking niya. Okay? Within the radius doon sa Metro Manila. And spoken of commonly at the time as one of rotation. So rotational yung ano niya, rotational yung ng earthquake, yung galaw niya. Its duration was 70 seconds. Okay, so it's more than a minute siya, no? 76. The people immediately ran for places of security, and those in the streets were filled with confusion. Some ran without a fixed direction. Others fell on their knees, giving forth fearful cries. The sight presented by the city was frightful in the extreme. For 70 mortal seconds, the city was in oscillation, and the inclinations threatened to race to the ground. The creaking edifices, so nagbabagsakan yung mga building. The noise of the falling buildings increased the general panic. Okay? So, grabe yung nangyari. Sobrang lakas ng earthquake, sobrang babaw po nito. Para maging ganun yung ano niya is masyadong mabilis yung seismic waves niya, and yung gumalaw po dito na wave is surface waves, kaya po nag-o-oscillate siya, surface wave, ibig sabihin crustal event po ito, yung pinaka-top layer of the crust yung nag-rupture. So the first shock were slight, which gave time to people to run out of the houses to places of security surrounding the lesser loss of life. The quake also happened on a Sunday, the public and private establishments being closed, permitted to families to be collected. Had the earthquake happened at night, with the majority using lamp with kerosene oil, nothing could have stopped a fallen lamp from spreading fire to a fallen building. Nangyari po itong ganitong event na midday nangyari yung great earthquake sa Japan. And nag-cause po siya ng lunchtime po kasi yun, before lunchtime, nagluluto yung mga tao ng pagkain nila. And the great earthquake happened. So, nag-cause ng massive fire everywhere. So, may isang place na 38,000 yung namatay dahil sa fire. Okay, so ngayon wala nang kerosene lamp, mga gamit natin ngayon ay syempre yung bulb na, but may mga poor families tayo dyan sa Metro Manila na siguro gumagamit pa rin minsan ng pag walang kuryente, 'di ba? Kandila. So yun, be careful sa mga because of this will happen again, yung ganitong event, okay? So, itutuloy ko po yung narration. So, in Manila, among the buildings which sustained damage on the 18th was a mint house, which suffered considerably in the first story. Government building po itong mint house. Dito, mint house, so dito nagpiprint ng money. Double check natin ha. But dito kasi sa amin, pag sa UK, pag sinabing mint house, yan po yung mga nagpiprint ng money, central bank. No? Orders were given to pull down the buildings, which threatened any danger to the pedestrians, and engineers were going around surveying the buildings, examining the interiors of the dwellings, ordering out the inhabitants where danger existed. The pillars supporting some of the wooden houses were found forced into the earth by 1/4 of their length. So basically, yung mga buildings ng yung mga wood, yung mga haligi ng mga bahay po ay nag-sink 1/4. Okay? 1/4 yung isinink niya sa underground, no? From then on, small tremors continued throughout the day. The frightened, terrified look of the people going through the streets, the slightest noise being sufficient to startle and set every soul running out of the houses to the middle of the streets and to the squares. Every slight shock at the earth strikes terror into the soul of everyone, each and every one expecting unheard of calamity, while whole families were immigrating from the city to the country on a large scale. So nagkaroon ng mass evacuation para lumayo sa Metro Manila, noong time na yon. So kumbaga yung mga naunang foreshock ito noong July 18 gave time for people to get away from Metro Manila and go to their provinces. Next account, the view during the earthquake from the vessels in Pasig River. So marami pong vessels. Panahon po ito ng Spanish Armada, Spanish government pa tayo nung time na ito. Spanish pa ba? Spanish pa ba? Oo, Spanish pa kasi 18... Oo, Spanish pa yata tayo. Hindi ko na maano yung history ng Pilipinas eh. Kailan ba tinurn over ng Spain ang Philippines sa US, 'di ba 1896. So, ano pa ito? Spanish period pa ito. So basically maraming mga barko sa may Pasig River, no. Nandiyan yung Port of Manila. So, ang sinasabi dito is the view from the earthquake from the vessel in Pasig River was, as described by the eyewitness, something to be seen, to be appreciated. The rocking to and from of buildings. So, the buildings were swaying, was something terrific. So, sobra yung shaking niya. The vessel moving about and bumping at each other as though in a heavy seaway. So, nagbabanggaan na yung mga barko sa Manila Bay. The water of the river bubbling up. So, kumukulo yung tubig sa rupture. Sa rupture ito eh. So, kumukulo. And yung kumukulo po, CO2 po yon yung lumalabas. CO2 siya. So, nagbubbles yung Manila Bay, no? Yung mga bubbles na yun, mag-a-appear po yan sa mga fault lines sa mga ruptures. And mixed with the black mud. So may maitim na mud sa river ng Pasig na bumubula, kumukulo. Was all the color of ink. Parang ink daw yung Hundreds of people rushed off to the ship and remained all night in Manila Bay. The same bubbling appearance was observable from the water. So hanggang Manila Bay, mula Pasig River hanggang Manila Bay, yung pagkukulo nung bubbling yung tubig na may maitim na parang ink na mud, putik. And the shock was distinctly felt on board the ship. The water's depth close inshore had been shallowed. So nagkaroon ng withdrawal of water sa shoreline ng Manila Bay. Had been swallowed by some 4 feet in some places. So dahil po yan doon sa pag-open up ng rupture na nagkaroon ng withdrawal. So I assume na based sa historical account na ito, yung malaking rupture ay nangyari sa gitna ng Manila Bay. So possibly dyan po yung epicenter nitong naunang yung foreshock niya, okay? So bumaba ang tubig dahil nabitak yung lupa sa ilalim ng lakeshore ng Manila Bay. In Lingayen, Pangasinan, some 200 kilometers away north of Manila, the earthquake occurred at 12:42 p.m. Reported as violent, oscillating northeast to southeast. So mula Lingayen, Pangasinan, northeast siya. Okay? Papuntang southeast, so pababa ng Manila. Okay? So, nag-umpisa siya sa itaas, pababa ng Manila. Yung rupture. Okay? So yan yung isa sa fault line na dumidiretso sa Manila, and hahanapin ko po yan kung aling fault line ito, kasi Pangasinan, ang Pangasinan 'di ba na andito na yan sa may entrance na po yan ng Lingayen Gulf. So may fault line dyan na padiretso. 'Di ba East Zambales fault yan? Yung or check ko po kung mayroon pang kaparallel na fault line somewhere there, no? So with a duration of 1 minute and 50 seconds, accompanied by deep subterranean noise. So nagkaroon ng dagundong, no? 1 minute and 50 seconds. Napakahaba na po yan. So it must have been a great earthquake yung nangyari na ito. Nagkaroon ng deep subterranean noise, which is the gundong. So in Santa Cruz, Laguna Province, 60 meters southeast of Manila, the shock was also felt at 12:42 p.m. Okay? So nakikita niyo po yung connect. Nagmula ng Lingayen Gulf papunta ng southeast of Manila sa may Santa Cruz, Laguna. Santa Cruz, Laguna, 60 kilometers away from Manila, ay naramdaman yung earthquake then, the same earthquake from Lingayen, and continued more than a minute. The government house, on the convent, the telegraphic office, and the rest of the province formed a single mass of ruins. Okay? Government house, sa Laguna po ito ha, government house, convent, telegraphic office, rest of the province formed a single mass of ruins. Okay? So na-flattened out yung Laguna sa may Santa Cruz and vicinity niya yan. In Tayabas, Quezon, the oscillation continued for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So I think, based dito sa historical account na ito, masasabi ko na yung fault line na gumalaw ay nagmumula ng Lingayen Gulf papuntang Mauban, Quezon. Yes, kasi ang Tayabas nasa ilalim na ng Mauban po yan eh. Okay? So I think ito yung same fault line na nakita natin na ang fault scarp ay nasa Laguna Bay yung kahapon. Okay. Ang next na event, on the occasion of the earthquake, the people in On the occasion of the earthquake, the people in Cavite across the bay saw Manila enveloped in a dense cloud of dust. So naging maulap na, no? Yun naman yung mga ruins ng nagbabagsakan. Kumbaga, nagkaroon ng dust na, makapal na ash dahil doon sa mga buildings na nagbagsakan, and thought that Manila was completely destroyed. A very interesting phenomenon was also observed in Cavite. So Cavite, yung mga taga Cavite po, please take note of this para magkaroon din, kasi magkakarugtong po kasi itong na to nasabi ko nga yung fault line na ito ay naka-center dito sa may Cavite area, Las Piñas, Parañaque, papunta doon sa may Manila Bay. So, take note po kayo doon sa mga precursors ng Great Earthquake. Kasi dadaanan po yung, kumbaga, kung ito ay mangyari ulit, dadaanan ang Cavite. So, before the earthquake, merong mga makikita kayo na parang bumubula at merong mga maliliit na ruptures kung saan may maaamoy nyo po yung sulfur, makikita nyo bumubula yung tubig at may mga lumalabas na parang ink na mud, no, na bumubula. Also Laguna area, no, para to help Metro Manila na kapag may nakita po kayong mga ganyan, mga precursors po siya for earthquake. Pati yung sulfur po na naaamoy nyo kung may maaamoy kayong sulfur no, sa mga nagka-crack na wala namang earthquake, these are precursors sa great earthquakes na parating. So it can help at least yung mga tao sa Metro Manila. They will be given time na makalabas ng Metro Manila kapag may mga ganitong signs na nangyayari sa kalupaan. So siguro tulong-tulong po ang lahat mula Lingayen Gulf pababa, daanan Tarlac, Zambales, Pampanga. Tingnan nyo po yung mga i-observe nyo yung mga nangyayari diyan, Quezon, Laguna, Batangas, kung may mga untoward na mga phenomenon kayo na na-observe ay kumbaga i-take note nyo, and if possible report nyo po sa PV para ma-take note nila and maobserbahan nila yung galaw. Okay, so itutuloy ko po. During the intensity of the earthquake in the anchorage of Cavite, columns of black mud were seen to burst out. Okay, so yung mga putik po ito na parang bumubula with a strong smell of sulfur. The very interesting phenomenon was also observed in Manila a few days before. A few days previous to the destructive earthquake of 1863. Okay, so nagkaroon din ng precursors po noong 1863. May mga precursors po na nangyari sa event na yon na similar doon sa nangyari sa 1880. So nagkaroon din ng mga pagbubula, meron ding nangyaring mga cracks na wala naman pong earthquake silang naramdaman, pero nagkaroon ng opening ng cracks, and meron ding mga paglabas ng mga parang ink noong 1863 na magnitude 6.5, epicenter Cavite City, kung nasaan yung Sangli Airport. Yan po, sa may bay po niyan, and malapit po yan sa Parañaque and Pasig River. Ano po ba yung mga areas na naandyan? Las Piñas, and obviously the Manila coastal areas. Okay, so dapat mag-observe po kung may mga kanyang pangyayari, ay precursor po siya. Okay, so in Canacao, Cavite, a few other places, crevices were opened. Crevices po, fissures po yan. Iba lang yung term na ginagamit. Parang may mga fissures silang nakikita sa Canacao, Cavite. Saan po ba yung Canacao, Cavite? Ngayon ko lang po narinig. But anyways, may mga fissurings na nakita po dyan. And from them, fine sand and dirty water were ejected. So, nagkaroon ng parang fountaining sa Canacao, Cavite. Sa mga cracks na nag-open. In one of these crevices that opened in Nueva Ecija, okay, sa Nueva Ecija meron din, the crack was so wide and deep. It was reported that an old man and a boy disappeared in it. So, naswallow noong crack na nag-open sa Nueva Ecija. If meron pong taga Nueva Ecija dito, taga Rizal, if you remember, last month po ba yon, merong river po ba yon, or yung irrigation diyan banda sa Rizal na wala namang earthquake pero nagbitak. That's a precursor po sa great earthquake. Okay, so that should be taken notice. Nakita ko yung crack na yon, more than a kilometer. Napakalaki nung crack. Walang earthquake po na nangyari. pero nag-crack po siya, bumagsak yung kabilang side at tumaas po yung nasa west side. Yung sa east side bumagsak and nagkaroon ng crack yung irrigation wall sa east side na ang kabilang na ang trend niya ay northwest, southeast. So inusisa ko po yan nung time na nagkaroon nung pagbagsak dyan. And that is actually yan yung mga precursors na dapat binabantayan. Sorry po, adjust lang ako at bumababa ako. Okay. So yun, may mga precursors po tayong nakikita na dapat ay antabayanan. So, the day after, on July 19 in the afternoon, okay, take note of this, Taal volcano started issuing large mass of smoke. And this is according to a telegraphic news from Taal, Batangas. Okay? So, July 19, 1880, nagkaroon ulit ng large mass. So may mataas na plume ng smoke. Okay? So, on July 20 or Tuesday, from that first shock on the 18th, there was an uninterrupted series of small shocks which continued until July 20 at 3:40 p.m. when then occurred a repetition of the extraordinary violence. So naulit po ulit another rupture July 20 at 3:40 p.m. with the movement of oscillation and trembling lasting 45 seconds. So mas maikli po itong kasunod na earthquake niya, no? The earth shook again, reducing a complete ruins, the buildings partially destroyed. So yung mga natitirang buildings noong July 18 na event ay totally na-damage siya noong July 20. Starting many workmen who were engaged in the reconstruction. So nagre-reconstruct na sila after ng July 18, yung mga workmen. And then, nagkaroon ulit ng July 20. Clouds of dust covered the whole town in a few seconds afterwards and obscuring the view of everything. So, totally nag-flattened out yung mga natitira pang nakatayo noong July 18 ay na-flattened out noong July 20. As soon as the earthquake ceased, the authorities turned out into the street amongst whom the first were the Governor General. Siya yung, kumbaga, equivalent na siya ng presidente natin ngayon, yung Governor General. Siya yung pinaka-head of state, kasi state pa tayo noon ng Spain pa. So the Archbishop and General Director of Civil Administration, the Civil Governor, and the Colonial Secretary, giving everyone who saluted them a consoling word. So, para kalmahin yung mga tao, crevices were opened in several places, and among them the Plaza de Palacio. Saan po ba yung Plaza de Palacio? Plaza Miranda na po ba yan ngayon? But anyway, Plaza de Palacio ay nag-open up. Somewhere ito sa Pasig or near Pasig, nag-open up siya. Numerous buildings have sustained damage, some of them completely razed to the ground. The highest buildings suffered the most, such as churches, palaces, and towers. The belfry of Manila Cathedral that survived the great 1863 earthquake fell in. Okay? So yan na yung naka-damage doon sa belfry ng Manila Cathedral. A detailed description of list of damages would be considered too long and almost unnecessary. So, kumbaga, parang completely razed to the ground yung mga buildings. Telegraphic news from the provinces was received, giving the time and strength of the shock felt at each place. In Binyan, Laguna, the church courthouse and all the brick houses were destroyed. So, Laguna po yan, Binyan. One circumstance as a precursor of tranquility was the eruption of Taal, which was ignited the day before, sending forth a large quantity of smoke, a fact that may be regarded as a favorable change in the geological state. Okay, so July 20 po yan. July 20 in the evening. So 3 p.m. po nangyari yung isang earthquake nung July 20, ano? So at 10:40 p.m. noong July 20, ito yung next na nangyari. With those ever-presented movements of trepidation at short intervals. So, yung trepidation, uga po. Yung pag-uuga, no? Short intervals na pag-uuga. The pendulum continued oscillating during all the evening in the northeast and southwest direction. Okay? So, southwest to northeast yung direction nitong earthquake na to. At 10:40 p.m. occurred the third violent repetition, which lasted 55 seconds. The violence of earthquake was even greater than that in the afternoon of 20. So, una yung foreshock, July 18, yung nagkaroon ng another shock, no? So, yun yung afternoon ng July 20, 3 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, another earthquake. Mas malakas pa doon sa mga dalawang nauna. Okay? So, it was greater than that of the 18th. The state of the city and the whole provinces of Luzon, where all the brick buildings, together with some of the wooden houses with metallic roofs, have sustained damage of more or less consideration, and with especially those of Manila, which are in complete ruin. Okay, so Governor General sent a telegraph detailing the earthquake of the 18th in the afternoon of the 20th to Spain. Okay? So, nagpadala sila ng information na sa Spain. But as soon as that was forwarded, the terrific earthquake of the 20th was felt at 7:40 p.m., owing to which he began to telegraph anew after going through the streets to infuse peace in the minds of the inhabitants with his presence. With the shocks of the night of the 20th, the part of the bell tower of Old Cathedral that was still standing. So yung cathedral tower, bell tower, bumagsak na. Yun na lang yung natitira after nung mga naunang earthquake, 18 and 20. So yung belfry, bumagsak na ng tuluyan. Came almost completely to the ground, the debris falling upon two adjoining houses which had been rendered uninhabitable for the last 2 days. In Santa Ana, Manila, all the brick houses came to the ground. So Santa Ana, raised to the ground. Some of them built at some great expense. So I suppose mayayaman yung nakatira sa Santa Ana kasi mga concrete yung mga bahay nila. At iron roofs, so yero ang bubong nila. The church was rendered useless, and a mass was said the day before the middle of the field by all of the residents. For the port of Cavite, large numbers of inhabitants have abandoned their houses. Okay, so nagkaroon ng mass movement to go to the neighboring village of San Roque. In view of the security offered by the houses of light construction. So yung mga bahay na mga barong-barong, I mean, not barong-barong, bahay kubo, no? Yun yung mga nag-survive, and sila yung mga natuluyan ng mga mayayaman para sa safety nila. The panic is great and terror is painted in all faces. Those who could not leave this place contented themselves by living in lower houses, fearing a repetition of the earthquake. In Canacao, the public buildings have sustained more or less damage, and in some places, boiling water was poured forth from crevices. I think what happened here, dun sa mga crevices na mga nagkaroon ng mga water na lumalabas, nag-i-ejection ng water. This is what we call liquefaction. Okay? Liquefaction. Yan yun po yun. Kaya po parang may nakulo at saka dahil po yung ilalim ng lupa, yung soft layer, yung mga sediments, nagkaroon po ng unconsolidation and nagkaroon ng oscillation doon sa ilalim. Parang ipo-ipo po yan, yung layer ay gumagalaw na parang tubig siya. So, yung nasa itaas na layer ay parang lumulutang po siya sa water. So, nagkaroon po ng rupture. Ang nangyari dito, nagkaroon ng rupture ng mga water reservoirs sa ilalim, yung mga chambers ng water kung saan nanggagaling yung aqueducts, no, yung mga anong tawag dito, yung mga yung ilalim kasi ng lupa po, mayroong mga pockets diyan na kung saan yung water, yung drinking water natin nanggagaling, no. So yung water doon ay nagkaroon ng breakage or fissure, yung mga water reservoirs, hydrothermal reservoirs, possibly sa Taal, no, ay nagkaroon din ng mga ganyang ruptures. So kaya nagkaroon ng volcanic eruption. So yung mga walls po niyan ay nag-rupture, and yung water dyan ay nag-oscillate at umakyat sa layers na malambot, yung mga sedimentary rocks, and yung coastal area, like what I said, yung coastal areas ng Metro Manila ay alluvial fan po yan, yung mga dala ng river mula sa Sierra Madre papuntang bay, ang mga putik, silt, no, mud galing Laguna Bay, dala po nila yan, tapos dyan naiipon sa nagfa-fan, parang fan po siya, and over time, dumami na natatambakan ng tumambakan hanggang sa tumaas ng tumaas. So this kind of rock layers are very weak, at madali po siyang mag-oscillate doon sa ilalim at mag-ipo-ipo. Kaya nangyayari, nagkakaroon ng liquefaction, no? So yan na po, yung water ay umakyat at tumatagas sa mga cracks.